All right, this deck contains a card that when it was spoiled and released to Arena for the first time was in a video that was my most popular video of all time. I wonder if you can guess which one it is. Um, this is 3-tree Nazgul. So we are playing Nazgul from Lord of the Rings. We have all the different arts for it, which I didn't actually have the first time I played this card. So now we get this very funny looking little stack of cards here. But what we're trying to do in this deck is get a bunch of Nazguls into play, either through Collected Company or through 3-tree Battalion, and make them super, super big so our opponent can't block. As 3-tree Battalion has been recently added to the game in the Alchemy set for Bloomborough, this has shown to be a pretty sick card. So basically, this is like Collected Company. It's essentially the color shifted version. You do get to look the same amount deep, which is 6. You get to put something with mana value 3 or less. That's also the same. But instead of getting 2 things from the 6 cards that you look at, it's just one of them, but then you make a copy of it that's a power and toughness 1/1. So this card shines when you're able to put a CMC 3 or less creature onto the battlefield that does not really care about it being tiny. Sometimes it's, it has an effect that's super good. For example, we can copy Marionette Apprentice here. This has Fabricate 1, so you're also going to be getting these servo tokens from the copy in addition to the initial Marionette Apprentice. And then having double trigger on the loss of a creature or artifact is pretty strong. But 3-tree Battalion definitely is better used on Nazgul because when they both enter, you get to tempt twice and then put counters on all these Wraiths. So that's pretty sweet. So like I mentioned, Marionette Apprentice also in the deck. We're running Nazgul. We have a few Boromirs here. Boromir is basically here to just keep our board around because once our Nazguls get big, it's really going to suck if our opponent wipes the board. Marionette Apprentice here is a good copy because we would like to also have a little bit of an aristocrat strategy to this deck. That is going to essentially be the Cauldron Familiar Witch's Oven combo, which if you're somehow not familiar with that, is a great way to get sacrifice triggers for both creatures and artifacts. They're going to work really well with Marionette Apprentice. There's Deathrite Shaman here to ramp us a little bit with the use of fetch lands, both in our deck and in our opponent's. And this can be our win condition as well in case we need to start exiling our instants and sorceries from the graveyard to drain the opponent. Demonic Tutor holds us together, and otherwise we have Dark Ritual as just general black auto includes in Timeless. This is 3-tree Nazgul. I hope that you guys will enjoy it as much as you guys did the first time that I played Nazgul. And I think there's nothing other to do than to just get out here and look for 3-tree Battalion and Collected Company in our opening hands. Make sure to like and comment on the video, helps with the algorithm, and subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's get into these games. All right, here we go. This is first round. Early Deathrite, early Witch's Oven, eventually 2 Collected Companies. I'm into that idea. I'm going to start with Shadowy Backstreet and just look for lands here. Dark Ritual is actually pretty good too. That means next turn we can get off a Collected Company. That will do. Opponent on Polluted Delta. Even if they take a card from my hand, we are getting this Collected Company next turn. They will shock. This has to be Thoughtseize or Grief Reanimate. No, could actually be Spell Pierce. That's very interesting. Let's pass. We'll wait for them to crack this, then go in for the Collected Company. It will be Otherworldly Gaze, so let's crack this. And we want to produce green. So I think I'm going to just shock this Overgrown Tomb. We're going to go like this, making sure that we maintain the green. And here's Collected Company. We did not find a Nazgul. That's unfortunate, but maybe the next one we'll be able to get one. We've seen all Deathrite Shamans in the first 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards of the deck. That is pretty interesting. Sometimes that's how it goes, though. So we see Faithless Mending, or Faithful Mending, rather. Mystic Sanctuary looks like this is maybe some Reanimate? Or is it Dredge? I don't really know, but they're Esper at the very least. Here's Nazgul, finally. All right. I can exile some lands from graveyards here and get my collected company off, or I can go Deathrite, Witch's Oven, or Deathrite, Nazgul. Or, I mean, I can do most of that in general. I think I'd avoid hitting this collected company. I think I'm just going to pass, do the same thing as last turn, see if they'd like to utilize their mana or not. I will definitely pass. Otherworldly Gaze again, so I think we will do this with Deathrite. So from theirs we have Mystic Sanctuary, and from theirs we will have Polluted Delta. Make green. We'll make green. And hopefully we can get some Nazguls here. That'd be ideal. 8 more hits. Nazgul Marionette Apprentice. Those are actually pretty solid, and what we could do actually is just get the Witch's Oven in, which is maybe better than to do a Marionette Apprentice. So I'm down. We get to Fabricate. We're always making the token, or the treasure, not the treasure, the servo token. Alright, a lot of permanents on the board here. Witch's Oven eventually can start to go to work. Nazgul and other Deathrite Shamans probably are my next few plays. Okay, so I know that we now need to watch out for reanimation from them. All these Deathrites can definitely make that work, though. So there's 2 reanimation targets right now. Luckily, I think all we need to do is survive this turn, which I doubt they can do it for 3 mana. I think they need... Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're not doing it this turn, but next turn they are very likely to be able to reanimate. See if they drop a reanimation spell in the graveyard. The one that flashbacks for 1 white and 3 colorless is what I'm worried about here. Then there's also the ones that are stapled to creatures. They don't have it here. This is just more Faithful Mending. This is basically just old historic Reanimator. So good to see that instead of something actually truly more scary. And I'm pretty good on being able to exile lands from the graveyard, so I can probably tap out of my true mana. So it is going to be Reanimate here. Agent of Treachery going to take something. Marionette could make sense. Alright. Well, that sucks, but it's not the end of the world. We get another Marionette Apprentice here. I'm definitely going Witch's Oven in case they have more Agents of Treachery. That might be bad eventually, but it is what it is. Let's go Deathrite again, and then just start to eat their graveyard. Alright, so we can eat a creature if they try to reanimate, and then on their end step we can just do something else with our Deathrites. Drain them for life. Soul Herder. Yikes. Alright. So, they're going to take my Witch's Oven or a land here. I need to start killing them. Agent of Treachery with Soul Herder is kind of nuts. Alright, so they go to end step. Blink the agent, you got it. Think this is okay. So, gain control of, what did they target? They actually just targeted the Marionette Apprentice, okay. Well, guess I'll drain them. And then they'll drain me, so it's kind of whatever. Gain control, you got it. And we get to go to my turn, so I'll make a mana. We would like to take your Flooded Strand, and then I need to make a black mana. Black. And we will black exile target instant or sorcery. So let's get rid of that reanimate. Actually, sorry, no, it'll be one of the Faithless Mendings because they can actually use that. And they'll go to 7 here. I can basically do 6 damage to them and not be able to attack. If I play this Marionette Apprentice, that could also be decent. Now, we also have 3 Tree Battalion, which is cool, but with their Agent of Treachery stealing something from me every turn, that's just not going to work. Okay, so not enough mana here to activate all Deathrites, unfortunately, but we're getting darn close. I think I go for extra Marionette, and then we just use Witch's Oven. That seems like the move. And then we can drain them once, put them to 5. Alright. Now, if I were to attack here, that is worth damage on Marionette Apprentice, so I will do it. Cool. Alright. Sweet. I suppose I could have made a food there. It is what it is. They just go to 5. We can put them down to 3 now. End turn. But we can actually put them down to 2 with the activation of Witch's Oven. Alright, I might be able to get there. Get a dodge reanimation. Ephemerate also. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Sure. What'll it be? I think we can grind this one out. So what will they gain control of? It will be the Witch's Oven, it seems. Alright, they did choose that, so we will activate it before. Drain them, put them to 4. Now all we need to do is survive a little bit longer, and I think we can do it. We have to make sure that they can't reanimate anything. Alright, then we go for Agent of Treachery. That'll come back and take one of my Death Rites, possibly. Or maybe the Marionette, I think. Actually, taking Marionette seems like the move. Oh, they're going to take a food. Okay, so they're afraid of their life. Now they can kind of survive, though, which is awkward. Dang, that sucks. You know what? I think it's going to be worth it here to exile some lands and to just use that. Doesn't feel very good, but, you know, whatever. Alright, and then they are targeting that one in particular. We will activate. Alright, opponent goes to 3 instead of being able to gain some life. And get to move in my turn, and I think I should be able to just Deathrite, exile some instants, and they die. Alright, cool. Well, we made it work against a Agent of Treachery on the battlefield. That's pretty sweet. Definitely not making use of this 3-tree battalion that I drew, and we had some unlucky hits with Collected Company, but that's what rounds 2 through 5 are going to be for. So let's hop in. Alright, round 2. Witch's Oven, Cauldron Familiar. It's something. I think I'd rather have lands, though. You can't really work off of just that. Turn 2, 3-tree battalion. I'm down. Let's put back one of the Dark Rituals. I don't think we need so many of them. We should hopefully have enough lands and mana by turn 3 and 4. Maybe Thoughtseize here. Nope, just Ragavan. I think Deathrite Shaman's a good blocker in this situation, so let's do that. We'll make sure that we grab green with Windswept Heath. Probably going green-white here. Let's get the Temple Garden. Alright, Deathrite Shaman into block. Either we waste a card of theirs to remove it, or they give us this trade. Either way, Ragavan's not hitting. That's perfect. They should have killed it before combat if they wanted to be efficient, so now, even if they do have removal in their hand, they're probably just not going to use it. Nice. We see Mardu here. Because I fetched white, now I can use this Overgrown Tomb instead of the Marsh Flats, which is nice, so we'll just do this on their end step. So if we can find a Nazgul here, this is going to be really nice. It's going to be a Bowmasters. Whatever. You can even wait for them to attack. Or, you know what? If they have removal, I think I want to do 3-tree battalion now because they can kill a Nazgul. Okay, we'll do it now. 3-tree battalion, baby. Let's get it. Need some good hits. There's a Nazgul. Alright. Beautiful. Let's choose the tiny one first. Choose the same one. And there's 10 damage on turn 2. Alright, what can you do about that? Fatal Push doesn't do it unless you remove one of your creatures. And from here on out, I think we're looking solid. Demonic Tutor could find another 3-tree battalion potentially. And then we go even more nuclear. All we need to do is draw land. Ooh, the Swords to Plowshares not taking the one that's the Ring Bearer. How interesting. So clearly they have Fatal Push. You don't make that attack without a Fatal Push. They'll need to now find a fetch land, because I'm definitely not blocking a 1-1. Move to my turn here. Collected Company is cool. I could also just go for Demonic Tutor into another land. Let's take a Godless Shrine here. And how confident am I in drawing a land? I think normally I get ruined by this. So let's go Demonic Tutor. We'll pick out a green. Just basic green land. Nothing special. Where's our basic forest? There it is. Alright, cool. So we're set up for Collected Company next turn, and then anything else that we draw. I think I'm actually just not interested in doing this. Well, okay, I can attack, and then we'll just discard the drawn card in like 99% of situations, unless... Yeah, no, we're not taking the Marionette. They do get to deal damage to us and grow their army. It is whatever. Alright, do you take 5? I think it's worth it to take 5 here and keep the Bowmasters around. Hopefully we make their next turn really bad, though. Nazgul, they do find the Swords to Plowshares. Let's at the very least sack this and make a food. Or would we rather have 5 men? I think we'd rather just have 5 life. Alright, fine. Witch's Oven, not as good in the situation. We'll still be alright. Kind of comes down to what this Collected Company gives us, though. We'll wait till their end step, try to get a little bit cheeky. So we've now seen 3 of 9 Nazguls. As we are now at 13. Here's Collected Company. Let's get in there. Marionette Cauldron, so that is a fine way to win the game. Alright, they're going to bolt this. Let's take our Cauldron Familiar, get a little bit of extra value here. Cauldron Familiar comes back, making sure that we do this before while we have the Marionette around, since that does care about the food being sacked. Alright, and so we've drained them a little bit. That's something. Alright, move to my turn here. Now we can just start doing Nazguls manually again. Let's make this something that's not going to attack this turn. We'll get in there. Opponents at 7, they'll be soon at 6. 5, I mean, actually, with Cauldron. We then can force a block pretty soon on the following turns. Fury, that's unfortunate. We'll see what Fury targets, probably Nazgul and our Servo. You got it. We gotta be careful about our life total now. And will they ephemerate their Fury? They will. Alright, sure. Alright, well, I'm scared now. We have a small window here to make things work, so we're going to make sure that that fizzles. Boom. And we will see if we can get a trade for the Bowmasters. Because I'm probably playing Nazgul this turn, blocking Fury. I think I take the 1/3 Bowmasters, actually. Alright, they have 1 card in hand. Hopefully it's not removal. Let's get Cauldron Familiar back. And we can keep ourselves alive here very slowly. Alright, well, we keep having these Nazguls come out. This is a viable way to keep Fury off of our back. And Cauldron Familiar, if it attacks, is going to be a problem. But they won't be able to block it right now, so they will lose some life. This is definitely worth it. We'll choose the Cauldron Familiar, put some counters on everything. The problem is if we attack with Cauldron Familiar, they just kill it with Bowmaster, so we actually can't do that. Not so worth it just yet. That trigger's fine. Surveil, hopefully they have to mill. They will keep whatever they surveilled. That's unfortunate. And they'll go into the attack phase. I'm 100% blocking with the Nazgul here. Possibly this is just another Feign Death situation. Oh no, it just is a chump blocker, right? Yeah, it is what it is. We'll go to our turn here. Should have activated Witch's Oven. It's all good though. Maybe. We'll see. We have to pass again. I'm holding Collected Company for this situation. We could potentially just win before they can do anything. I'll likely just need to block Fury with one of the things that I get through Collected Company. So we'll wait for them to attack. We'll see how much that 1 mana ping is really going to be, or that 2 mana ping is going to be. Here's Collected Company. I mean, we can eat a Fury attack for 1 turn if it comes down to it. Nazgul, Deathrite Shaman. I think with this we can eat that. We'll need to have removal right now. I think they do, unfortunately. Let's at the very least get a food out of this whole endeavor. Then I can block with the Cauldron Familiar and still get it back. This actually is fine. If they have exile effect now, then that's a problem. Oh, that's tough. Okay, it's fine. We can still get Cauldron Familiar back. It's all good. Alright, so they wiped my board here. That actually was not a super good interaction for me. Alright, so I'm fully tempted here. I get to go to my turn here, so we will bring this back. I will actually wait until I have the Witch's Oven available, though. Nazgul. We're continuing to do the thing. Whenever this guy attacks, at least we will be able to survive the Bowmaster's ping now. And if this can actually get in, then we get to drain them for a little bit, which is good. They're finally in range of us killing them, which is good. Ephemerate is going to take back Fury. Kind of forgot about that, not gonna lie. Maybe we can make it work. We have to lose Cauldron Familiar right now. Nazgul's not big enough that it matters if we take it with Witch's Oven. So we take a pretty moderate hit here. Luckily the Fury can't attack anymore. We're so close. A good draw can do it for us. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, totally fine. We just need to navigate the slow game. It may come down to the fact where me missing that Witch's Oven activation is really going to hurt us here. Alright, bring back that Cauldron Familiar. It's not going to be able to attack, so I'm actually just going to wait. Just to play around anything. This is a bad draw. Let's get the Cauldron out. Hopefully they don't have pre-combat removal, so we'll be able to handle this in the like combat phase and get a block in on Fury. Got a cat in the background here in real life, making some noise. All right, so they get rid of 2 cards here. It's a good thing that we have these basics because that Blood Moon would have really gotten us otherwise. Sacred Foundry. Looks like they'll attack. We stop after blockers here. Make your treasure, that's fine. We make our block here, so we only take 2. And then we will sack the Cauldron Familiar. Opponent goes to 2. We're getting, or they're effectively at 2. We're getting so close. All right, take my turn. Witch's Oven, I believe we have them. Cauldron Familiar, sack of food, do the thing. All right, cool. Well, it didn't matter in the end. We were finally able to make it work. Cat Oven combo, baby. Let's get it. So let's think about that. They had good removal here. It kind of made the Nazgul option not so good, but Cat Cauldron is a pretty solid way to just cement a decently increasing life total. Get some good blocks in. It really did invalidate the Fury attack, which is great. This thing not having trample is very, very nice. And ultimately, I'm not so unhappy with that. This was pretty decent. So that's a good round 2. Here comes round 3. All right, round 3. Collected Company is our starting play. We have Cat Oven. It's fine. On the play, not so great, but it's all right. So we want to get Witch's Oven turn 1. If they discard Cauldron's Familiar at some point, that's all right. Inspiring Vantage, this is looking like Boros Energy. See Ragavan, so I think we probably just offer the trade here then with Deathrite. Always happy to trade off a Ragavan, especially in a deck like this where things are actually going to be castable for the opponent. The Johnny, fine. That is problematic because we can't deal with an Ajani. Do they want to keep this Ragavan for the red permanent? Let's see. They will attack. We will trade. Easy trade for me. All right, so can we get away with just this? I think we can. I think that we go Cat Oven this turn. Cat Oven this turn seems kind of like the move. That was sequenced the wrong way, but it's fine because they have no mana open. Alright, cool. So we can prevent 2 damage a turn here and not flip their Ajani, which is great. Although I think that they're probably going to have a vested interest in flipping their own Ajani, so... Unstable Amulet, so there is that red permanent. Gotta be careful here. Luckily, Witch's Oven does help us gain some value out of these Ajani attacks. Ocelot Pride, that's really tough to see. My Collected Company doesn't come online for a turn. Alright. Well, we prevent as much damage as possible here. Just bring this back right away. So Marionette Apprentice is not bad. We'll do that in Deathrite Shaman. Alright, so that's something that bounces off a Johnny. It's something that eats Ocelot Pride. And we can just typically cat combo the 2-1. Alright, if we can survive a turn here, and if someone can fetch, then Deathrite can do its thing. Let's see what the attacks are here. They are at 7 permanents. Have they gained life? They have not gained life, so we're good on Ocelot Pride as well. Love to see it. Unstable Amulet has no energy for it. We're doing the same block here. Now this is interesting. Do I block Ocelot Pride? I think I have to block Ocelot Pride. That's just going to be too many cats. If that's going to be the case, then I'm just happy to make a trade in general. Sounds good. Cool. They gain a little there. They lose a little bit of life. They flip their Ajani. They'll make a 2/1. Then we can start attacking Ajani down, so that's good. They will deal damage to something. I'm going to Witch's Oven in response. Really? Okay. Nice. Good job. Cauldron Familiar. Sack this, and now we drain them for 2 each of Witch's Oven cycle. Or sorry, it's for 3. Which is pretty nice. Alright, so problem for them to deal with. We now have Collected Company, which is awesome. I can think about doing this Ajani thing, but I'm going to start with Collected Company. Alright, 2 Nazguls would be great. We actually do get it. Let's go. And so what do we want to choose to be our Ring Bearer? Marionette Apprentice is probably a good target here. Let's continue to have this be the Ring Bearer. And we can get in for free now. Deal 1 to Ajani. And what will we discard? I think Deathrite could be a way to eventually kill them, but they have a lot of creatures, so maybe I think we get rid of the Deathrite, go for Nazgul next turn. That was unblockable, which is great. We end the turn here, holding up Deathrite Shaman for black to drain them for 2. Here's Luris. Fortunately, couldn't have eaten anything in there to sit on a green. There's Ocelot Pride. I think they haven't gained life this turn. They'll be able to kill something size 4. Is it Marionette Apprentice that dies here? Alright. We'll sacrifice this. Now, if they attack, then I block with Cauldron Familiar. They're not going to attack though, so I think I need to just do Cat Oven right now. Alright. Puts them to 10. They are dead with the Nazgul looking at them. Then I'm going to Deathrite Shaman. I can get rid of my own Collected Company or something. Let's get rid of Dark Ritual first. It's not like we can recast any of these things. They're at 8. Another Nazgul. I mean, we're here to play Nazguls, so let's do it. Excuse me. Oh my god. Yeah, that's going in the video because that was just comedically timed. Anyway, so Cauldron Familiar is going to be our target here. We get to go in with a pretty large squad here, and I think we're just going to face. They can't block it. Oh, you know what? Probably, well, I don't really have anything that's size 2 or 3, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, let's push in. They have to block the Nazguls. Get rid of the Shadowy Backstreet. We'll be ring tier 4 next turn with a Nazgul from hand. Alright. And so that's fine. And you know what? We can then Witch's Oven, sack our Cauldron Familiar. And I believe this still triggers. Cool. So they lose some of their board. They're going to have to sack the Ocelot Pride. I can bring back Cauldron Familiar. I can Deathrite to make a mana, but I can't drain them. So it's fine. So Ocelot Pride probably comes back here. Ajani probably kills my Deathrite, which sucks. We'll need to gain life this turn, though, and we can stop that. Deals 4 damage. That kills Deathrite. Baby Nazgul stays alive, though. Let's exile something from their graveyard. They don't really have anything to exile, so whatever. Goodbye, Deathrite. You've served us well. And then we go Cauldron Familiar, Nazgul, give it the Temptation. They can block with Ocelot Pride. And the same Song and Dance will happen as last time. I mean, more Nazguls, you'll love to see it. Alright, so we choose Cauldron Familiar here. Big creatures. We will send the 3 large ones and the Cauldron Familiar at face. Draw a card, discard a card. We will discard the Nazgul in this case because 3-True Battalion is just way better once we find a land. Alright, go block there, and what about the other 12, 13? Alright. This is fine. They do get to gain a little bit of life. We ultimately just take their board, though. They'll be able to rebuild with Ocelot Pride, so it's all good. They take another 3 through the ring. They're at 4. They'll be at 3 pretty soon. And actually, they don't want to keep playing this little loop here, so we will be able to take round 3. Alright, cool. Seems pretty solid. Let's go to round 4. Alright, it's round 4. Let's go. 3-True Battalion in hand and a Collected Company. We have 3 lands. This could work. We even get to accelerate it out with Deathrite Shaman, so I'm feeling happy. Polluted Delta, though, might ruin my day with a Thoughtseize. We've been pretty lucky to dodge hand hate so far. Luckily, 2 big 4-mana payoffs. Oh, it's Ruin Crab. Alright. Well, then my life total doesn't matter, so I'm fetching aggressively here. Green-black, I think, is what I'm initially going to get. Well, we can go green-white as well. I'll get the Temple Garden for now. We want to make sure that that doesn't get milled. Deathrite Shaman is going to go ham because we can just start exiling all the sorceries that they put into my graveyard. Archive Trap, whatever. That is going to hit us sometimes, and actually it's going to hit us twice, which is gnarly. That is as good of a start as you could want from Mill. Alright. Put some Cauldron Familiars in the bin. How many of the Witch's Ovens have gone? Wow, they are having a great turn. Oh my god, and Fatal Push. Gnarly. Alright, well. This might be tough. We go Mortuary here, or do we go Shrine? I think we go Shrine, turn 3 Mortuary. Unless we're able to Deathrite next turn. So here's Familiar, here's Shaman. So hopefully now they're going to be a little bit in trouble here. Putting us down to 17. They get to recast something from the graveyard pretty soon. Luckily it won't be Mill 13. I have to avoid fetching on their turn. I think we just go 3-True Battalion here and just hope for the best. We'll do it off Mana Confluence since the mana is alright. Let's take a Polluted Delta out of their side. Make a green, but we were probably still casting 3-True Battalion because we need to make some big Nazguls. Alright, Nazgul, let's go. So that's what we wanted to see here. Unfortunately, Cauldron Familiar will be blockable, but we do want to draw as we attack. So, Cauldron twice. Target, we go in. They can block if they'd like, but we will be able to draw and discard this Mortuary. Next turn, well, we will have to open ourselves up to Archive Trap here, but I think it's worth it. They can block, it's whatever. And the question is, do I get milled out here? 14 cards. There's Fatal Push. Okay. Fatal Push takes out Cauldron or Deathrite? Oh, did they have something leave the battlefield this turn? No, they did not. So Deathrite, they want to not give me mana. They want to not have their sorceries be exiled. Got it. Okay, well, here we are. We can attack all in here first. No, I probably want to see if I can hit a Nazgul ×2 here. I mean, they chump block anyway, so I don't really know. Last card in the deck. 12 cards. They are forced to block here in almost every situation, so we wait for Collected Company. Yeah, actually, I think I'm down for 3-tree Battalion over Collected Company here. We'll pass. We have Manual Nazgul if we need. They're giving this one to us. I will end turn here. And may or may not be a situation where we can even cast 3-tree or Collected Company. Mills 8 cards. Let's look at the top half of those and make sure that we take some good cards, and then we'll put good cards on the bottom, hopefully. Go to 11. We get Nazgul here. That's as good of a thing as we could have hoped for. They are dead unless they kill us here. Hopefully that's not a land in their hand. We'll choose Cauldron Familiar twice. They're very dead if they don't kill me. Alright. 2 cards in library. No land? I think it's good. Alright. Attack all in. Draw a card, discard a card. And I don't think they can make us draw. Alright. We take round 4. I am really happy that that worked out the way that it did. We got pretty lucky here. Through their insane turn 1 archive trap ×2, founding the third path as well came out, and then maddening cacophony. Like, that was a good game by Mill, and yet we were able to put 40 damage on the board and get in on turn 4 or 5. Pretty sweet. Here comes the 5th and final round. All right, last round. Let's go. 3-tree Battalion, Collected Company, 3 lands, a Deathrite Shaman. This is basically the last one that went pretty well for us, so I'm in. Turn 1 Deathrite Shaman. Here we are. Then we get to put the Godless Shrine in tapped unless there's something interesting. And then hopefully my opponent will... Ooh, hello. Heartfire Hero. Are we doing something with Hammer Time? Get to go Marionette Apprentice here. I think they're probably unlikely to have fetch lands, so whatever on the Deathrite Shaman. We hit for 1 here. Do they drop a white land and just Hammer Time us? Let's see. Nazgul is going to be pretty good. Death Touch is nice. Okay, this is actually just nice. Sure, Heartfire Hero doing its thing. We'll take 4 damage here. Alright, Mana Confluence or 3-tree Battalion. Oh, I think I probably hold on the Confluence then. Yep. Alright, we pass. We can hopefully catch something in combat here. I'm looking to go 3-tree Battalion, hit a Nazgul. That is a really good combat trick against creatures. Emberheart Challenger, fine. Yeah, so this is just mono red mice basically. This guy gives them card advantage, this guy is their beater, and this guy is the enabler for double strike or trample. I take it they're giving double strike again here. Got it. So we got to deal with a 3/3 double striker. Alright, so that's fine. Go Dark Writ here. And then we're doing 3-tree Battalion here. Let's get it. Yes. Hit that Nazgul, baby. Let's go. Alright, so this should be big enough. We're going to make this guy the Ring Bearer. Alright. So 2 great eats here. We're going to trade away one of the Nazguls, though. Totally fine. They actually can take out... Oh, no, this is just to each opponent. Cool. Fine. We can even gain... We can gain a net 1 life, actually, here. And they are Demonic Ruckus plotting. Let's make green. Exile something from their graveyard. Let's do the Emberheart Challenger, as that's the enabler. Alright, gain some life. Our Nazgul sticks around, which is beautiful. We... don't have lands in the graveyard, right? Okay, so no Deathrite Shaman availability here. It'll just be a Nazgul. And then the ring works in such a way that, where is it? Can't be blocked by creatures with greater power, so this Manifold Mouse can block it. We're going to play Nazgul. We can go like Deathrite, I guess. Alright, so block the 7/7 or my Deathrite. Or this Marionette. Land is good. We get rid of the Marionette Apprentice here. Hope to get this Collected Company off. Alright. Happy to see that block come out. Oh, they're actually thinking about it here. Will they take 7? Is their life total going to be that much of a resource to them? I've played like a deck with this core of cards, and it is definitely hard to get moving. So here's Mortuary, Surveil, a Boromir. I don't think we need a Boromir. They're gonna have single target removal only. I think we should be able to close this out next turn. And what'll the play be? Demonic Ruckus. They can play the other plot creature that flies. That is a lot of their mana to be used right now, so I think that they're not Slipshot Show Off killing me here. Although that is the play. Demonic Ruckus for free here. Okay. We'll be able to deal with a little bit of damage here. Yeah, they're not going to have enough power to get through unless this last card is something good. Okay. Kind of surprising. I would think they would give that to the Slick Shot. But we block like this. Oh, it has Menace, I see. Well, we have to block like this because that's more damage. We take 4, but I think we're able to survive here. So they got to put Nazgul first. We have a Nazgul as well. I got to see what this last card is. I see. Okay. Now I think we're dead. Double Strike is a menace here. Unfortunately, that doesn't give me life, and even if it did, we would not have survived. So we're going to get taken down here in kind of a very heroic fashion by Mono Red. Kind of cool to see all the mice showing up in a Slick Shot deck. This is some pretty cool innovation right here. But that'll bring us to the end of round 5. Thanks for sticking around and watching the video today. If you like the deck, check it out in the link in the video description. Subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And please do like and comment on the video. Those things help out so much with the reach of the channel. We are continuing to move towards that 1,000 subscriber mark. We're slowly but surely eventually going to get there. Thanks for sticking around and watching the video, though. That is what means the most. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice one.